Hey, how you doing? David Taub here with Epic Guitar Instruction. Hope all's going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. Today you're going to learn the song Daniel, written by Elton John and lyricist Bernie Taupin. Song from 1973, and I transcribed the keyboard parts down for solo acoustic guitar. The song is in standard A440 tuning, so go ahead and tune your guitars low to high E, A, D, G, B, and E. And the song is pretty slow. It's only like 66 beats per minute, so you really have to concentrate on going through the chords nice and slow and not speeding this up. And the whole song is in 4/4 time. Now, because the keyboard's a little bit different than guitar, as far as like on the keyboard, you could be playing the chords with one hand, you could be playing a melody line with the other hand, or the chords with one hand and the bass line with the other hand, right? So it's a little different on guitar. So we're going to add some embellishing into the chords to kind of emulate what he's doing on the piano. But the cool thing is, if you're not as far along in your guitar journey and you find the embellishing a little challenging, you don't have to do it. You could just play the straight chord. I'll show you both ways, but I want to put the embellishing in there in case you want to do it. It's there. So the song's in the key of C major, and here's the chords you're going to need to play it. You're going to need a C major, you're going to need D minor, G major, E7, dominant 7th chord, A minor, you're going to need an A7, dominant 7th chord again, a F major, A flat major, and a G7. Now, if you want to do the embellishing, you're also going to need D minor 7th. You'll need a G suspended 4th. You'll also need a C suspended 4th. Just play your C major and then add your pinky to the D string at the 3rd fret, C sus4. Right? Go back to C major and take off your 2nd finger so you're playing an open D string. That's a C suspended 2nd. And hey, if you got a second, please subscribe to the channel. You know, subscribing to the channel, that really helps us to keep bringing the content, right? And then you'll be notified when we have new lessons posted. Leave a comment below. Let us know how you like this lesson. Let us know what lessons you'd like to see coming up in the future. And if you like this video, please click the like button. Give it a thumbs up, share it, and thank you so much for your support. Song structure-wise, a lot of the parts are repeated. There's 3 verses. They're pretty much all the same chord progression-wise. It's a little bit different how they go from the verse into the chorus. I'll show you that. There's a couple of choruses in the song, and they're all the same. And there's an intro and an outro, which is the same. And then there's an instrumental break in the middle of the song, and that's it. So let's start with the intro. Now the intro is played the same way as he plays the outro. Let me play it for you with the embellishments, and I'll go back and explain it. It'll sound like this. First verse. Alright, so the progression for the intro and the outro is C for 2 measures, F for 2 measures, G for 2 measures, and then back to C for 2 measures. And then it goes right into the first verse. So the strum pattern I was using, and we'll use this pattern as the bass pattern for the whole song. And once you get this down, you know, you can kind of change it, mix it up and whatnot. But basically, 8th note feel. Down, down, up, up, down, up. That works real well with the embellishing too. Down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so C for 2 measures, F for 2 measures. Then on the G for 2 measures, I embellished that by adding my first finger on that B string at the 1st fret, adding that C note, making that the G sus4, muting the A string. And then you kind of take your finger off as you're strumming it, and that's a nice little embellishment that he's doing on the G chord. Again, you don't have to do that. Just for all these embellishments, play the straight chord if you want to. And then on the C chord, I embellish it with my pinky on that F note, 3rd fret on the D string, and making it the C suspended 4th. So you can play it the same way as far as strum pattern. And then just take the pinky off, add it back on, you know, pepper it in, pepper it out, and you're embellishing it. And that's what we're going to do throughout the song to kind of emulate those piano sounds. The intro goes right into verse 1. Daniel is traveling tonight on a plane. Let me play it for you with the embellishments, and then I'll go back and explain it. It'll sound like this. verse 2. They say Spain is pretty, though I've never been. Basically, I'll say the words. It goes from C for 2 measures. Daniel is traveling tonight on a plane. I do the D minor it's 2 measures on the D minor chord. I do 1 measure on D minor, 1 measure on D minor 7th. G, I can see the red taillights. The G is for 2 measures. Heading, you change to E7 for 1 measure. Now, on Spain, what he's doing is it's down, down, up, down, up, right, to the F chord, but you could hear the movement from the A, throws in that G bass note to the F, so you get that movement. So what you could do is on the A minor, down, down, up, and then G, down, up to the F. Again, if you don't want to do that, just play the A minor chord for the whole measure. But if I do it slow, all right, and that's how you can kind of get that movement to that F chord. So heading for Spain is the A minor. O and is kind of when you do the down up on the G, right to the F for 1 measure. I could see Daniel, G for 1 measure, waving goodbye, A minor for 2 measures. Got it, looks, you go to the F chord for 2 measure, like Daniel. G for 1 measure, must be the F. Clouds in my eyes. C for 2 measures, and I do some embellishing. So I'll do like C, add the sus2, add the sus4, and then you go to the G chord for 2 measures. You could embellish it or not. There, I didn't do it, and then it goes right into verse 2. All right, so you can really have fun with these verses and choruses and be creative with it. It's a really fun chord progression. Very well written song. Now if you're having trouble with the F bar chord in this song, or bar chords in general, I could really help you with that. Click on the link in the YouTube description box. I'll send you a killer video lesson and ebook. And in the video lesson, it's extended play, it's not on YouTube. I teach you the essential bar chord technique tips and playing tips and changing tips. Changing from bars to opens, opens to bars. It's packed with technique tips and exercises, paired with an ebook with more chord charts, more exercises in it. Really help you along in your guitar journey. I'll send them both to you for free. Just click on that link below. So verse 1 goes right into verse 2. Now at the end of verse 2, the chords are all the same except you don't go to the G chord at the very end. So that last line, Lord, I miss Daniel, 2 measures on the F, G, O, I, F, miss Daniel so much, C, 2 measures, right into the chorus. See, he doesn't go to that G chord for 2 measures like he did at the first verse. It's the only difference. Otherwise, exactly the same. Then it goes into the chorus. The chorus, Daniel, my brother, you are older than me. Do you still feel the pain? Let me play it for you, and then I'll go back and explain it to you. Break it down. It'll sound like this right from the F chord. Daniel, my brother. Back to C for the little instrumental, which is that keyboard synth part. Again, really nice chord progression in the chorus. It starts off with F for 2 measure. Daniel, my brother, you are C on older than me, 2 measures. Do you still feel the pain, F for 2 measures, of the scars that won't heal? Now that's 2 measures. If I do the embellishing, so for the first measure, straight strum. The second measure, again, down, down, up, up. Then you're going to do the down up on this movement where you're going from that C to the B to the A minor. Very common movement going from from a C to an A minor. So the C the second time, down, down, up, up. Then just take your second finger and place it at the 2nd fret and leave your first finger down, mute the A string. And you get this, that's kind of like a G sus4 over B chord. Down, up, down, up. On all these embellishments, a lot of times we're doing a down, up, 1 end, and then right to the A minor, died. So it's scars that won't heal your eyes. On the eyes, it's down, up, died, A minor. 2 measures on the A minor. First one is the straight strum, down, down, up, down, up. Second one, we got to go that G to the F again. So much like the verse, second measure on the E minor, down, down, up, down, up on the G to the F. So it's, let's see if I can get it with the words so you know where to change. Died, you seen more than, on the then, down, up, I on the F chord, which is a full measure. Then take that F and slide it up a minor third or 3 frets to the 4th fret, so that's that A flat major chord. And just hit it once and let it ring. Daniel, you're a star, right? So you just let that ring on the, hit it once, let it ring. Daniel, you're a star. You go to the C and pick up the strum. Star, 1 measure, A7 in the face, 1 measure, A7 of the sky, D minor for 1 measure, to the G. I, G, 1 measure. Then back to the C for the instrumental part. So you have most of the song already right there. You have the intro, verse 1, goes into right into verse 2, which goes into the chorus. Then you have this instrumental part, which I'm going to show you right now. Then it goes into another chorus, verse 3, and the outro, which is the same as the intro. So basically the only other piece you need is this instrumental part where he's doing this kind of a synth keyboard solo. And you know a lot of it already because it's like you're playing a verse and a chorus with a few extra chords in there. Let me play you this instrumental part. Now obviously you're not going to be playing the keyboard solo if you're playing this on solo acoustic guitar, but you just might want to just play the chords, right? Take a little break from the vocals. So let me play it for you and then we'll go back and break it down. The instrumental part will sound like this. Oh, back into Daniel, my brother, back into the chorus. So that instrumental section, it's like you basically play a verse. So you're playing C for 2 measures, D minor for 2 measures, G for 2 measures, E 7th, the A minor, and then you go to that G to the F movement, right? Like we did in a verse. And then you go back to G, and then A minor for 2 measures, with that movement back to the F for 2 measures. Now here's where it gets a little different. You're going to play a G for a measure, then you're going to play a G7 chord for a measure. Interesting, right? That's the only time he throws in that G7th chord in the whole song. 1 measure, and then the C for 2 measures. And then I did the embellishing with the C suspended 2nd and the 4th. Last time, see how I threw in that G chord real quick? Again, there's that movement to the F because it goes right out of that instrumental part right into another chorus. So after the instrumental, it goes into a chorus, goes into verse 3. Daniel is traveling tonight on a plane. Same as verse 1, except he adds an extra vocal line at the end where it's, God, it looks like Daniel must be the clouds in my eyes. He repeats that, oh God, it looks like Daniel must be the clouds in my eyes. And then he plays the outro, same as the intro. And then you could end the song when you're playing that outro the last time, like on the last C chord. Just embellish it. And then just kind of let the C ring, and the song ends. So if you want to do a little play along to get some practice with the song, I'll tell you what. I'll start off with the intro. I'll go right into verse 1, into verse 2, into the chorus, and then I'll just start the instrumental. And then, you know, everything is repeating by then. So just so if you want some practice, you could play along. It'll sound like this. Verse 1. 2. Chorus. Instrumental. Hope you enjoyed that lesson. Really fun one to add to your song catalogs. Have fun with it. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel because I got a lot of really killer lessons coming up, and I don't want you to miss it. And when you subscribe, then you'll be notified when we have new lessons posted. It also helps us to keep bringing the content. Also, click on the link below and get that free video lesson and ebook on my essential bar chord playing and changing technique tips. It's killer. It's extended play. It's not on YouTube. Click on the link below. I'll send both of those to you for free. And also, if you got a second, I recently dropped a new record with my original band, Mind Cell. We're based out of San Diego, California. It's a slamming record. I think it's some of the best music I've ever written. I'd love for you to hear it. It's streaming on all the platforms. I'll put links to it below. Check it out. And then if you have any questions on the songs or maybe on the production, on the gear I use or the studio, drop me a line. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for checking out this lesson, and thank you so much for your support over the years and years. So appreciated. Keep up all that hard work on those guitars. Keep having fun with them, right? And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. So take care, rock on, enjoy the journey, and I will see you in the next lesson.